Story time part 1. On a Tuesday, I decided that I was going to the gym. This Tuesday was like any other Tuesday, so for me I try to go to the gym Sunday through Thursday, but that's besides the point. So, as I was on my way to the gym, the main road that I need to take to get to the highway was closed because they were fixing the road. As a result, I had to take an alternative route to get to the major highway. When I was on the alternative route, the road that takes me to get to the major highway, they had a train that was passing. Because of the fact the train was passing, obviously the railroad crossing was down. As a result, I was stopped waiting for the train to pass. Where I was stopped at, it was actually like a little bitty hill. The type of car that I have is considered a sports car, so it roll back if you are parked on an incline. So usually when this happens, what I do is I put my feet on the brake, and then when the train passed, I released my foot off the brake, so that way I could proceed to go over the track to get to the highway. Well, they had a 2016 black Dodge Charger that was right behind me. I didn't realize how close the guy was until I lifted my foot off the brake. When I lifted my foot off the brake, my car did roll back a little bit. I thought it was my fault, but now after rethinking the situation, the guy was actually right behind me to where he didn't give my car any room to breathe, rather to reverse or go forward. After the impact happened, we both got out of our cars. I asked him a total of 3 times, was he hurt? He told me no. I also apologized for hitting the car. Next, I asked him if he had any damages. He looks at his front bumper. He bits down, he's like, yeah, right here. I look at the back of my vehicle. Theirs was no damages at all. I did think it was kind of weird, being the fact that I have a Japanese sports car. He has American sports car, so for most Japanese sports cars they're made to be more agile and to maneuver quickly, to where American cars are more about muscle, so they're built with heavier material and more bulky. I did find it highly strange the fact that I did not have any damages, and he had that little crack on the bumper. So he's like, let's go ahead and call the police so that way we can get a visitor report. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's good. Let's do that. So he calls the police. He tells the police where we're at, so as we're waiting for the police, I'm like, let's not block traffic. Let's let them go. Let's let the traffic go. What we'll do is, we'll just go ahead and park in that driveway. That's right across the street from where the incident happened, so that's what we do. So as we wait for the cop to come, I start taking pictures of where he says the damages are, but another thing I found that was strange is he pulled out where the crack was. I see that, but then when I looked on the left or the right side, they had no other damages to the bumper. Usually when a bumper is damaged, usually you'll see that there'll be a little bit of coming out the frame. Interesting thing about it, none of that happened. So as we wait for the cop to come, I ask him for his insurance card. I take a picture, I give him my insurance card. I take a picture. I asked him for his license. He said that he did not have his license, but I had mine, but I wasn't going to give him my license. So as we as a couple rides, he's like, what happened? I told him what happened, and then he went to the other guy. The other guy told him what happened, so then he's like, okay, I'm going to be both of your information. So I went ahead and gave him my information, and then he see that my driver's license was a Hawaii driver's license. So the cop's like, oh wow, you're from Hawaii. I was like, yeah, but I live here now. He's like, well, how did that happen? And I'm like, long story. So when we had that little exchange, the driver, like his